Albert Einstein. Chapter from the Brief History of Time. This is given from end of the book. Introduction by Carl Sagan. Albert Einstein, page number 195 of Brief History of Time. Einstein's connection with the politics of the nuclear bomb is well known. He signed the famous letter to President Franklin Roosevelt that persuaded the United States to take the idea seriously, and he engaged in post-war efforts to prevent nuclear war. But these were not just the isolated actions of a scientist dragged into the world of politics. Einstein's life was, in fact, to use his own words, divided between politics and equations. Einstein's earliest political activity came during the First World War, when he was a professor in Berlin, sickened by what he saw a waste of lives. He became involved in anti-war demonstrations. His advocacy of civil disobedience and public encouragement of pupils to refute conscriptions did little to endear him to his colleagues. Then, following the war, he directed his efforts toward improving international relations. This too did not make him popular, and soon his politics were making it difficult for him to visit the United States, even to give lectures. Einstein's second great cause was Zionism. Although he was Jewish by descent, Einstein rejected the biblical idea of God. However, a growing awareness of anti-Semitism both before and during the First World War led him gradually to identify with the Jewish community and later to become an outspoken supporter of Zionism. Once more, in 1623, a long-time friend of Galileo's became the Pope. Immediately, Galileo tried to get the 1616 decree revoked. He failed, but he did manage to get permission to write a book discussing both Aristotelian and Copernican theories on two conditions. He would not take sides and would come to the conclusion that man could in any case not determine how the world worked because God could bring about the same effects in ways unimagined by man, who could not place restrictions on God's omnipotence. The book Dialogue concerning the two chief world systems was completed and published in 1632 with the full backing of the censors and was immediately greeted throughout Europe as a literary and philosophical masterpiece. Soon the Pope, realizing that people were seeing the book as a convincing argument in favor of Copernicanism, regretting having allowed its publication. The Pope argued that although the book had the official blessings of censors, Galileo had nevertheless contravened the 1616 decree. He brought Galileo before the Inquisition, who sentenced him to house arrest for life and commanded him to publicly renounce Copernicanism. For a second time, Galileo acquiesced. Galileo remained a faithful Catholic, but his belief in the independence of science had not been crushed. 4 years before his death in 1642, while he was still under house arrest, the manuscript of his second major book was smuggled to a publisher in Holland. It was this work, referred to as Two New Sciences, even more than his support for Copernicus, that was to be the genesis of modern physics. Isaac Newton. That will be the next chapter of this book. Thank you very much for listening. This is the end of page 190.